choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Good morning, Syndicate. Hope all y'all are doing amazing. We are back with my buddy Chuck McDowell. Appreciate you getting on again, my friend.
Absolutely.
If you guys got any questions, we're just gonna literally do an open Q&A. If y'all don't have questions, me and Chuck will chop it up. He's got a hard stop in an hour, so I'll probably let him end a few minutes early just to give him some time to go. But any questions, shoot it in here. If you got a good one, and literally, I'm gonna let some people. Joe's getting on to ask a question. I'm gonna let some people on on here on the studio to ask if they got a good one. If you got anything, DM me. I'll try to not be disorganized over here because I'm looking at the Facebook messages and here. Joe's gonna get on at 9:15. And but anything we can do, if you got questions, put them in the chat. Be happy to let you ask anything you want from a dude who has been through it in a lot of ways, good, bad, ugly, having crazy success, having shit in life happen, and one of my favorite guys, dude, because you're so raw. That's my favorite part. I'm pretty direct, and I saw you talk, and I'm like, all right, so this can work.
Yeah, man. I found my brother from another mother.
That's true. That is true. In Nashville, dude, I wish I could come up and celebrate your dinner. I'll be up there in a few weeks. I'm going up.
Come on.
When am I there? I'm going up in the end of March. I'll be there the end of March.
John, do you golf?
I can hit the ball into the trees.
Perfect. Me too. Yeah. I tell people to golf with me, they'll say, dude, you would think you'd be a better golfer. I mean, you've been golfing since you were 13. And I go, I bet I beat your ass at the office.
Hell yeah. I'm saying, dude.
When you see me start playing really good golf, I'm not working as much or I'm retired.
That's true.
But I golf as a hobby. I don't golf as I got friends of mine play 3 rounds of golf a week. I go, how do you work? They don't.
Yeah. I got buddies that are obscenely good. I always say, Chuck, if I took a bunch of people who suck, I'd be one of the better ones because I'm kind of an athlete by nature. But I really don't know much about the minute I start trying to control the ball, it's over. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I just get up there and hit it, I can do halfway decent.
Well, that's the whole thing is not that I need to be giving golf lessons, but that's the old swinging at the ball instead of just making a golf swing. So the reason I ask is I'm wearing I'm marketing for but I'm a member of a place called Troubadour. So I was looking at Ed Milet as a member at one of the Discovery properties. Property, they've got them from Bahamas all across the United States. It is a very, 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 very high-end development. You must own a lot, and you must build when that lot's ready to build. And this golf course is 20 minutes from the house I have in downtown Franklin, Tennessee. And my wife hates golf clubs and country clubs, but I've got to start building a home there in June or July of this year. I paid 3.1 for the lot. It's now, I was offered $6 million the other day. My wife got mad because I didn't take it. But you have to be a member there. And the cool thing about it is you can wear your hat backwards. You don't have to wear a shirt. Everybody wears T-shirts and gym shorts. I normally play without any shoes. Jordan Spieth, I think it'd be okay to say this. Yeah, we're not supposed to say these things, but ain't nobody really. Jordan Spieth shot a 63. Shot the course record there. Justin Thomas owns a home there. I guess that's okay to say, but Jordan Spieth shot a 63 with a swimsuit, no shirt, no shoes, and it had mini beers. So
shut up, dude.
Yeah, dude, I mean we got what's called comfort stations.
Yeah.
And so you got one on the front nine, one on the back nine. And of course, you got your clubhouse in between. But the comfort station will have like a charcuterie boards. I have literally anything you could think of that you want, from a frozen margarita machine to a dozen cheeses and meats and sandwiches. Like when they make a chicken noodle soup, they take the noodles and put it in a bowl, the vegetables in a bowl, and they take the broth and put it in a bowl, and they have grilled cheese, and it's just we have 4 places on the golf course where we have Yetis buried in the ground with a wooden cover where you don't really notice it's there, and you raise it up and it's tequila on ice with little shot glasses. We have birdhouses that you think is a birdhouse, and they'll have Jack Daniels with shot glasses in it. So people relax and we have fun. It's when you come in, we'll go play there. It's a very exclusive. Yeah. When you pull in, the security, they got one in Vegas, and the cheapest home there, I think somebody told me yesterday, it's $13 million. When you pull in, Celine Dion, I think lives. Yeah. Shit, I'm dropping names.
That's all right. We'll keep breaking stuff. It's all good. The chances of Celine Dion being in this group is 0, so we'll be all right.
And when I pull into the Summit in Las Vegas, security gets in front of your car, and you're here. They put another security behind you. They drive you to your home. So that's why people that are known are members of Discovery Property, because of the security. No videos, no pictures, no autographs.
I love it,
and it's relaxed, man. So
I like the relaxed part, dude. I'm a member of a club over here right by my house, and if golfing, I barely golf, dude. But if I break 100, it's a phenomenal day, right? But dude, I got in trouble a few weeks ago because I was wearing a t-shirt like this.
Oh yeah.
And they emailed me the rule book, and I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like sitting in the, not even like the fancy part. They got this, like, they call it a Mountain View Lodge. It's like a chill deck outside overlooking it. It's supposed to be a more relaxed area. I'm like, I was telling my buddies, I was hanging out with a crew the other day, and I'm like, I want to create like a FU club where if you got the money, you can get in no matter how you dress. Because right now, I'm in sweatpants and a t-shirt about every day.
That's what you can wear. But we actually, Discovery Properties is an FU club for golf. Very high end. And you can, real quick, we were playing at a member guest 2 years ago, and there's a golf course in Chattanooga called the Honors Course. And it's a real fancy golf club. And they bring in caddies from all over. So I walk in and I have a Troubadour t-shirt on. And the young man said, the caddy said, sir, that t-shirt's nice and all, but you can't wear that here. You got to put a collar on. I said, really? I said, where are you from? He said, Honors Course. I said, well, isn't that fancy? I turned my hat on. I took my shirt off, and I got tats on my arms. And I took my shirt off, turned my hat on backwards, took my shoes off, started hitting balls. And everybody walked by. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? Nobody said anything about the t-shirt. And he goes, dude, you can't do that. I went, well, here's what you need to understand. We have 2 rules. No blue jeans on the golf course. Don't wear jeans. That's it. And don't drive in the rough. So, easy. For instance, last spring, we played an 11-some. I don't even know how to say it. We all had our own golf cart, and everybody's blaring country music to rap from their golf. We played 11, and you pull right up to the green. As long as you stop a foot from the green, they don't care. You can pull a golf cart up on the tee box. Nobody cares. It's not going to hurt anything. So you want to make a phone call, you make a phone call. Anyway.
We'll be a member there soon, dude. Yeah, we got to go outside to make call. I can't make call. You can't use your phone at mine. It's annoying. I'm like,
no, that's all bullshit. So yeah, when you come in anytime, bro, you let me know you're coming.
I will.
And,
I'll shoot you a message. I'm
and
there for like 4 days in March. So
okay, cool.
and
I'm going
then
to be in the Virgin Islands for half of March, and another half I'll be either here or our house in Florida. But if I'm in Florida and you come here, I'll grab the jet and fly back in.
dope. I'll text
Or
you.
I'll fly you
I'm
down
up there the
Florida.
31st, like the 31st that weekend.
I'll let me know. I'll make sure I'm here. All right.
Yeah, I will.
Let's do business. Let's help somebody.
I love it. Joe's going to get on a few. I had someone, a few people message me. When it comes to like your staff, I'm going to kind of cater this question a little bit to me because I struggle here a little bit. You got a decent amount of staff, obviously.
325.
Yeah. How do you go about like holding people accountable? I heard someone say like the other day, people show up to work and don't want to work. You know what I mean? I'm a numbers guy, an accountability guy, efficiency guy. Dude, I have a hard time holding people accountable without offending them. How do you go about that, dude?
Well, number one, don't worry about offending them.
My man.
I mean, I had a man tell me this when I was young. This is like when people say I'm dropping bombs. This is a bomb. This is something that is vital to business life. What I'm about to say. This is one of those when you read the Bible and it's in red and it says, "Verily I say unto you." Normally, if I see something in red, that means shut up and listen. This is one of those shut up and listens. People only work for other people that they respect as much or more than they respect themselves. Okay? So if I'm working for you, that means I respect you as much or more than I respect myself.
Got it.
That is a key to life, and it's a key to business. Not a key to life. It's a key to business, which to me is life. But so, for instance, I was going to mention, my wife had a job at the Country Music Hall of Fame, and she was complaining about her job, and she dreaded going in every day. She'd been there for 13 years, and I said, well, let me ask you a question. Sharon, your direct report, who you report to, she was a VP. And I said, do you respect her as much or more than you respect yourself? She said, oh, hell no. No, I don't respect her business mind, her personal life, anything. And I said, you can't work for her. That's your problem. If you respected the person that you reported to as much or more than you respect yourself, you got no problem. I said, she goes, well, I respect the executive director's business brain, but not his personal life. I said, okay, well, then you're okay there. From the moment I said that, it went downhill. She ended up retiring about 3 months later, which was a good thing. I'm able to take care of her. She didn't have to work, but that's the key. So when I look at my C-level, the people that report directly to me, and I see great humans, that's a reflection on me. That's my barometer. That's my goal line. If I look and I see people that I think are better humans than I am, and they work for me, really I don't hate to say that, but I like to call them coworkers, not employees. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That means I'm going in the right direction. But if you have people that less than desire, people that you really don't want to go to dinner with, but they're good at their job, or you think they might respect you as much or more than they respect themselves, but the quality of human, if you just start with, I need to hire people that are going to respect me as more than they respect themselves. And those people must be high level. I'll start with this in the interviews. Do you love yourself? And that's actually, I'm going to say half of everybody you interview, or anybody interviews, they don't even like themselves.
No shit.
Because they got mama, daddy issues. They got a drug or alcohol issue. They got something in their brain that's keeping them from totally loving themselves. I mean, right now I'm out of shape. I got COVID. I've had all these different things. I'm pissed off. I saw you in the gym. I'm just making me mad.
Did I offend you with my comment?
No, I can stay upset at myself over this. I'm working on it and I'm getting better at it. But you got to love yourself and you got to love your family. If you don't love yourself, and love your family, how do I expect you to love me and my company?
Yeah.
So if you love yourself and you love your family, there's a chance that you're going to love me and my company. And then you don't have to worry about holding them accountable. But everybody needs a metrics, and you got to have people that you have to be able to inspect what you expect. So, and if you don't know what to inspect because you don't know what the people that are working under you are doing, then you cannot inspect what you expect. So if I expect you to make 100 calls a day, close 10 people a day, whatever those numbers are, I have to understand what that job is and how to help you with that. So I see a lot of people, they'll put people in a job that they don't know how to do themselves, hoping they figure it out. That works sometimes, but if you cannot inspect what you expect, so you got to hire great people, man. And you got to have, like I tell people, if I see you anywhere in life, walk down the street, walk down the sidewalk, and walk past trash on the road, you're fired. You're not working here. This may gross people out. It's early in the morning, but everybody knows this. If I walk in the bathroom and I see you walk out and you've able to dribble on the floor or on the toilet seat, and you don't clean it up, you're fired.
Yeah.
Immediately. I mean, you have to be able to, you got to love yourself and respect yourself, love your family. And it starts with that, but you have to have metrics in place. Management is you got to whip, you got to whoa. I'd much rather have somebody have to whoa than whip.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true.
I'd rather have somebody that's saying something just a little edgy. Maybe you
pull them back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
If somebody have to make you, I got to whip you so you go to work. That's not cool. So anyway, I hate to spend 5 minutes answering your question there, but
no, I like it, dude. I honestly, the concept makes sense. Like I have my hardest time is trying to figure that out during the interview process. It's like the first date thing. You know what I mean? You get kind of the best the best look, the best presentation. And then as you get to know someone, it's like, damn, I missed that one. You know what I mean? That's what hurt me over the years. It's just trying to figure it out up front. You
got to have the right people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, and then, I think I said this last time we met, but I believe that 80% of people that are in sales for one reason and one reason only. That's so they can tell their friends and family they have a job.
You said that.
And real estate
so
is where you find most of these people.
Yeah, there's some lazy ones.
I can get a real estate license, and I can tell my wife and all my friends and people at church, I've got a job. I'm not doing anything or making any money. But you got to find those other people that are in sales for one reason only, because they want to make a obscene amount of money without spending 8 years in college or having to work 80 hours a week. I'd like to say this. I'm in sales because I'm lazy. I believe that's why I have the sales brain and I love learning sales. I hate it when people are in sales, but they've spent zero time educating themselves on the fine art of sales. They're just in sales because they think it's cool, and they don't know, they don't understand the art of asking questions, the concept of God give you one mouth and two ears for a reason. So learning the fine art of sales now is something that I've become real passionate about, because I believe today, I was 16 years old, I'm selling Cutco knives and electrostatic sweepers door to door. Now, if you want to be in sales, you grab your laptop, you grab one of these, and you figure out how to sell T-shirts that are drop shipped from China on Facebook. I mean, sales, I hate to disappoint everybody, but there's no Zig Ziglars.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Zig Ziglar is, you need to be slapped.
Yeah. Get off the call.
It's free now. Go to Apple, go to iTunes, or whatever it's called. And if you want to learn sales or you want to change your life, in between every time you're in your car, listen to Zig Ziglar or Tom Hopkins and learn how to sell. All these internet gurus, they're teaching how to sell. I don't know any.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know anybody now that actually teaches I call it the fine art of sales because it is.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna let Joe Campert in. So Joe started. I think you might have met him last time we were on here. I can't remember, but him and Tony Merwin run this Facebook group. He has a big PNC agency with 40 something agencies across the country. Young kid, but hustler, is a crazy hustler. Always good questions. So I'm gonna let him on, and he's got a question for you too.
Sure, man.
Well, what's going on?
Answer.
You guys hear me?
Think you like this view, Joe, or you want this one? I like this one.
Your show. Well, it's kind of cutting off your head there with the overlay, but you're good.
You get like this. You get like that.
It's funny. Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. Actually, let's go right back to what you were just talking about, Chuck. So I'm trying to right now build. I've been very successful at recruiting business owners on the property casualty side of things. We run an aggregator type model of just kind of like we're a PNC IMO. I don't know if you know the life space like John, or if you know property and casualty at all. But now we've really shifted focus in 2023 and are growing our internal team, our internal sales team, not just going out and basically recruiting business owners, if that makes sense.
Yep.
As I'm kind of, and I've actually been struggling on this, so I'm just kind of being vulnerable, but I know a lot of people also struggle with this in our industry and really across the board. You're talking about stone cold killers in sales. What does that onboarding process look like, and what should it look like? For me, I've been trying to restructure it because there was always just one off, right? Or we'd start onboarding, but then this would happen. It's like, oh, hey, this came in and I wanted to throw them in the fire because that's how I learned. But then it's like, but man, that's not the process. What maybe is your onboarding process? What have you seen when you have your stone cold killers? Like, what does that look like? If that makes sense.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
And I would say, so this is a recruiting question, correct?
They have already signed, basically. So they said yes, they're coming to work for Redwood Agency Group day one, and basically just that whole step.
How did you? And are these insurance reps?
Correct.
So how did you hire? Tell me the hiring process. What is your hiring process? Because it starts from the very time first. When you run that ad or whatever you do to get them in, it's all posturing. And you got to make sure that you posture properly when you hire people. So I use a quote. I may have stolen it from somebody, but I think I came up with it myself when I was in the insurance business. Matter of fact, and it was, it probably started when I was selling Cutco knives when I was a kid, but it's hiring masses, training classes, father asses. So like this bottle of water, this is me hiring you. I'm putting you in the funnel, and then you're going to have most of the people stick right here. These are people that are your producers, and the ones that are not producers must come out the other end. You cannot keep those people. So it's how did you posture your hiring process? If you didn't posture when you recruited them properly, you can't expect them to be your hitters. So
right.
How are you hiring them? Let's do this. Because I believe, John, with your whole model, what you're really looking for is you need people that build teams to expand, to help themselves make more money. And
ideally, yeah. We fill it with the masses. Like the 10, it's weird. I'm not good at the W-2 side. You give me 1099 people and I can manage the shit out of that. But yeah, we start with the masses, and then I try to identify people who want to be leaders and teach them how to do that. But I got in my world, I need like a farm system first.
So Joe, how do you recruit? Let's do that.
So in the past, it's all been organic social media through Facebook, is how literally every single one of our agencies in the past have been sourced through a Facebook group, through a referral, through a Facebook group, yada, yada. These two guys that I have in my office, basically, I sponsor a softball team, and the one guy, Austin, has been with us. He's been amazing, like totally killing it. And we're again on the property and casualty side, auto and home. But basically, the two people that I have in my office right now, they were tired of hearing me talk about insurance while I was drinking beer at these softball tournaments. And they're like, okay, you keep sponsoring us. You're paying for everything. We got fresh jerseys. Like, what the hell do you do? And I'm like, insurance. And if you get licensed, come to the office. And that is, so as far as that's why I was laughing, because I was like, I'm going to get shredded because it was just from this sponsored softball team is where I've gotten them.
All right. So Here's one thing I do to start with. Again, you got to posture them up front. You can't recruit them one way, then expect them to do something else. You're the salesman.
Right.
You need to recruit them the proper way. Now, here's what I do. I don't meet with anybody one-on-one. But not in recruiting. And I'm going to throw curveball at a lot of people here, but I built a really large insurance marketing company by doing this. Number one, I don't meet with anybody one-on-one. If I'm hiring for a CFO in my company, I don't meet with you one-on-one. I meet with you in a group. So what I do is I bring people in and I'll set 10 or 12 people at a conference table, and I have my assistant walk in, and Mr. McDowell's running a few minutes late, just met with his banker and his attorneys. He's in the car. I'm probably in the bathroom getting ready I'm shadow boxing, I'm slapping myself in the face. I'm about to go put on a show, but it's posturing. So I don't have enough time in my life to meet with you one-on-one. I'm going to meet with you in a group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 45 minutes to an hour talking about what I call the good, bad, and ugly of working at Wesley. And if you still think that this is a good fit for you, then I'll meet with you one-on-one and talk about you. Okay. So it's all about up front. And like I would walk in a group, so you'd have 10 or 12 people sitting in a conference room. I would find the sharpest one. And what's cool is you get to sit back and watch how they interact with each other. When you watch these people interact with each other, that's going to tell you who your hitters are and who the people you don't need around. You got somebody sitting in the corner doing this, and they're scared and they're nervous, shy. You need the person that's talking like I'm talking about. Hey, who are you? What do you do? Where are you from? Where do you live? That's the person you're looking for. So I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to walk in and find the sharpest person in the room. And I'm going to say, excuse me, I need you to step outside with me a second. And I'm going to walk out and go, hey, man, you're way too short to be sitting in this meeting. How about I take you to Soho House, or I'm going to take you to my country club and have lunch with you in 2 hours. Cool. I'm going to walk back in the room, but I'm telling some secrets here. I walk back in the room and I go, that guy, you could just tell by looking at him, he's not cut out he's not who I'm looking for. And everybody in the room knows that's the sharpest dude in the room. As soon as you say that, everybody sets that chair up and they sit up straight and they fix that tie. And now I've postured the room I got to cut bait. You got to hire masters. So you need to hire people. Then you train, fire. So start with
what's that training when you get them? What is that? So you take him to lunch. He's the sharpest dude, right? Hey, all right, let's go. Handshake. Let's get it going. What is your onboarding process as far as, or I'm assuming, you got teams and everything that are handling that, but what does that look like when, hey, you know what, you're coming to work for Wesley. Here's next steps.
Well, number one, you got to have your training is, I was going to say it's the most important part. It all is important because it's setting the posture for what you expect that individual to bring to your company 5 years from now. I want this to be a great deal today for you and me, but I want this to be a great deal 5 years from now. I'm not looking for somebody who wants to try this. If you want to try this, and another thing I did in the insurance business. All right, so let me ask you this: how many policies would be a good go for somebody in the first 2 months?
On our side of things, I'd probably say anywhere from 40 to 50.
Okay, so here's what I do: is I tell the people this. My job is I'm only looking for successful humans that want to be successful. People that love themselves, love their family. If that's the case, hopefully you'll love me and whatever company I'm hired in Wesley. But I don't do this for my health. I do this for money and to help, so I can help enough. I make money so I can buy nice things, but I also do it so I can help other people. So I want you to help other people. I'm going to help other people. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge you $300. This is what I did in the insurance. I did this out of necessity, but it worked. I charged $395 for a job. So if I hire you, you're going to write me a personal check for $395. Now, when I was in the insurance business, as soon as you sell 4 policies, I'm going to give you your $395 back, plus $100 gift certificate to your spouse's favorite restaurant. And I'm going to call your spouse and I'm going to let him or her know that you wrote me a check for $395 for a job. And then I'm going to ask him, this was years ago, so maybe it's $300 gift card tonight now for a restaurant. I'm going to give you a $300 gift card to your favorite restaurant. What's going to happen the next day? Number one, that person has probably set the first goal of their life. I got to get my money back. That's my goal. So I got to go sell 4 policies. And then the wife, what's the wife going to do when the alarm goes off the next morning? You ain't hitting the snooze bar. You just wrote a guy a check for a job. You're going to get your ass up out of bed. You're going to go sell something. And when you walk in that door, that means you sell today. So now the wife's on you or the husband's on you. You've invested and you've set a goal. And then as soon as they do, I give them their money back. The wife goes to the couple goes to dinner. So I'm posturing the entire way, but it's got to start from the beginning.
It makes them cut their teeth too. I like that.
Yeah. Maybe that helps. But what else? So your initial question, I know I kind of went around in a circle trying to get to your question, but it's all, I mean, and I'm going to, when I do hire you, if you're sitting in my office, I'm going to eye to eye you. Dude, Joe, I'm going to say, Joe, I'm not hiring you to be average. I do this with everybody. I'm not hiring you because I need another average human in my building. We've got 320 people here. There's nobody in this building average that I know of, or I'm going to get rid of them. So I need you to look at me eye to eye and tell me what your goals are this year and how you're going to hit them. And that you're not going to let anybody get in your way. And when you see the report every week, every day, 1 to 100 salespeople, and you're number 45, I want you to tell me how you're going to react to that. I need somebody that's going to fight to be number 1. And I need you to look at me eye to eye and tell me that that's who you are. Because if that's not who you are, I'm posturing. I'm doing everything I can to get the very most out of that human being because I know that's what they want for themselves. If it's not what they want for themselves, I don't need them. Don't want them. I don't want to waste my time. So finding out who those people are, but it's posturing the entire way. And even if you do have time to meet with them one-on-one, if you say you don't, then you don't. If you say you don't, you won't. Whatever, you got to be careful what you say.
Right.
If you keep speaking something enough, it's going to happen. So if you keep saying, I don't have time to meet with you one-on-one, bro, you will not have time eventually because you're going to hire the right people. Your business is going to explode and you can't hire people one-on-one.
Right.
But as far as onboarding, you're asking about training, correct?
Yeah, training. And then, so I guess kind of some reference to that is, so I was at a conference probably 3 weeks ago here in Austin. And it was, again, on the very property and casualty heavy. And so, but I got to meet with Billy Wagner, and Billy Wagner runs, he is a baller agent out of Florida. I mean, he's probably got a $35 million PNC book down there. But his onboarding process, I got to spend all of lunch with him, and he blew my freaking mind because it basically like showed me I damn near don't have, even though I thought I had an onboarding process, it was like, oh, wow. Like, and his was it is a 21 touch point, 12-week onboarding process mixed with training, mixed with automation, mixed with, hey, go watch this video. So you got some accountability built into that. And so it's like, for me, I messaged him, I said, man, I'm trying to figure this out. And he goes, dude, just start with day 1. And then once you have day 1 documented, then you go to day 2. And then from day 2, you go to day 3. So I'm restructuring everything. So I guess it was more of I'm looking for best practices, really, because Billy, I was like, well, damn, 21, 12-week touch point. I don't know if I'm quite there yet, or maybe, hey, should I be, right? Even if I'm only looking to bring on 3 more people.
Let me interrupt you a second. Is your onboarding / training available 24 hours a day? Is it automated, or are people doing this live and in person?
We do. If you're in my office, I'm doing it with you in person. If you're not, if you are remote, then it's all pre-recorded type stuff, like modules.
You don't have time to do it in person.
Yeah.
Automated. So if I'm awake at 2 o'clock in the morning and I want Joe to train me, I want to get better in my skill, I want to watch Joe do it right now. So every time that you are onboarding somebody, or training someone, you need to have a camera crew recording it. You need to put a really badass training onboarding video together where they can go watch you over and over and over. And if it's a sales process, they need to be able to watch a perfect sale, listen to a perfect sale. You need to have a situation where they pitch you or pitch somebody. And again, I only would do this in a group setting. If you got 20 people that you brought in the last month, we're all going to meet and you're all going to pitch each other. And I'm going to record it and I'm going to make you watch it. I mean, what I've done most of my life is either kitchen table, knee selling, or over the phone. I love over the phone sales because over the phone sales as a young person teaches you to read body language through your ears. Once you become really good, 80% of every sales body language. If you don't understand that, then we got to back all way up, start all over again. But so if I get where if I can teach a 20 some odd year old young person to read body language through their ear, when they sit down knee to knee, it's cheating.
Right.
I've just changed your entire life, but you need to make yourself busier. So I would have your onboarding. I'm not sure.
Automated.
So how many people do you have in your company?
Well, technically we have over 70, but we have 47 agencies. But again, for them, they're their own owners, right? Type of thing. So the hand holding typically falls off and kind of trends off as hey, now I know what I'm doing. I'm running my damn business. They have staff and stuff like that. But technically in the whole company, there's like 72. Okay. But my in-house team, there's 6 of us.
6 of you. How many of them are capable of doing what you're doing when it comes to training or onboarding?
1 of them.
Right. Yeah, that's all you need. Number 1 is make sure that you cut bait with the teams that are not doing anything.
Right. Okay. So this is perfect because I wanted to segue here. What is the line? And Ryan England, John, I don't know if you could throw his comment up because I've felt that too. Where do you draw the line of not wanting it, or when you are wanting it more for them than they do themselves? And that's always been like my struggle, and even just kind of the delegation side of things, knowing that, man, I know that as soon as I send this lead to them, they ain't going to close it like Joe closed it, right? And we're literally going through this right now in our office. We had a really good opportunity that's going to come through that's going to generate some solid freaking revenue. And I started working the list myself. I said, well, hold on. It's going away from the direction I'm trying to take, which is building a sales team, right? Why am I not funneling that to my team? Why am I not going out and finding the other opportunities and bringing it to them? And I think it might tie into this with what Ryan said, is that I find myself selling them, right, the opportunity versus them selling me why they should be in that seat. So I know that was kind of blended, but
this is what everybody deals with. This is and John, as I'm doing this, man, I love to do this once a month with you or something. And actually,
I'm down, dude.
This process, what we're discussing, is everything.
Yeah, it's where it's at.
I don't want to minimize this. This is whether you're just recruiting a one-off, one rep, or you're recruiting a team. You must make it where it's more important to them to be successful than it is to you. That must happen. I mean, number 1, if you don't, it's just going to cause so much stress. It makes it not fun. I mean, I get up in the morning, saw somebody playing golf while I go, but golf is a lot of people's hobby. Golf is work for me. My hobby's this. My hobby's coming to work. My hobby is teaching young people how to sell properly, teaching young people how to build an organization that I help you. I want to watch other people's lives change for the better because of something I did. That's what feeds my soul. Okay. So, but you must, but this, like when I read, I find myself trying to sell the opportunity to them versus finding folks that will sell themselves to me. Man, dude, Ryan, that started when you recruited them. Mm-hmm. I mean, you cannot go past, you can't skip that one. That started from setting the proper posture up front. Those people need to be out. Go waste somebody else's team. Now, what I do, I don't know if y'all are allowed to do this, but I would seriously charge people for a job. I make it where it's easy to get your money back, but you got to do this, this, and this. I'm going to give you money back. I'm going to take you on a trip. I'm going to do whatever I got to do, but I need you to be invested in yourself.
Right.
I'm not going to, I mean, especially insurance and real estate. I say this all the time because I've been saying this for my entire life, the rule about 80-20, but people will just want to be in sales so they have a job. But they must need this, want this more than you. And I say that when I'm recruiting you. If I meet with you in a group, I finally meet with you one-on-one, I'm going to say, John, do you want this more than I want this for you? Because I want this for you, your wife, and your 2 sons. I know you family now. I'm going to make it personal. I need to know that you want this more than I want this. And if you're hesitant and you think about it, I can't have you part of my organization. We have nothing in our organization but winners, people that want this more than you, more than I do. And that's just to me, everything's this way to me. It's just simply being honest. And
Right.
It's having a conversation and telling people what you really think and how you really believe, not just try to hire a bunch of people. So, yeah, I want to hire masters, training classes, file their asses. But when I hire them, I want to hire them properly. You just, I think it just, go back to this, it comes from posturing. You need to make yourself busier than you really are. Act like you're busy. Act like you don't have enough time to meet with them one-on-one and waste your time. And if you do that, you'll do so much business, you will not have time. And Joe, let me ask you a question. How old are you, buddy?
28.
Let me say this. You're in training.
He's in diapers still.
And I've been doing this shit for 10 years, and you're 100% correct, man.
Right,
I'm still
man.
in training. And
10
that's,
years from now, you're going to look back and go, damn, what a dumbass I was at 28. And there's nothing wrong with that. That means you're getting better. So
Right.
I say this to every young person. There's 10 Kung Fu masters on earth, and one of them was my trainer, and he's going to be again. Get back to what we talked about earlier. But he told me something when I was 42 years old. I was broke. He said, Chuck, most people, like 90% of the people that make money, they don't make it till they're 50. Life is a training process.
Yeah.
When you hit 50, when you hit 50, you can do everything you can do at 20, and you're not going to get a whole lot smarter. You are going to get smarter. You don't get to 80, 85 years old by being stupid. You get smarter. But I would say this: don't put so much pressure on yourself that you're not doing X, Y, and Z now at 28, because you're not even started the game. You're still in the warm-up process.
Right.
But yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, but make sure that you hire them properly. So let me throw this. I don't really answer this. Can you charge recruits for a job?
So it's on our property and casualty side on we'll call it the PNC, the IMO side of things. It's $15,000 to join. So, I mean, and we did that. We structured that in a way because of one, it's just industry average, right? But hell, if you pay me 15 G's, you better freaking want it, right? But then again, you're giving them the tools and what is necessary to make it back, right?
What do they get?
Yeah, definitely.
What do they get when they get so is there a metric for them? Do they have any numbers they must hit to keep their job?
Not on that side of things, because they are their own. So now, but then again, what we have found out is a very large, probably 75% of our organization's book of business, we'll call it, right, is with them, right? And technically, I pay them a lot more because they are their own business, right? But then once we train them up and everything, they're off and running, right? So then once we really see those numbers, like, hey, I want to shift the scales where my in-house team, like my personal type of book of business, is basically we're half and half, right? So where we're not so dependent on that income. And so that's where, again, now I've been recruiting and bringing on, we brought on I think I recruited over 30 agencies last year and just onboarded them. And then now this year it's like, okay, I'm kind of pausing some of that, right? We're still bringing the right people on, we're vetting them, but let's hyper focus on what we have. And then I'm trying to scale this I call it my in-house team, but it's basically my W2 staff. I hate calling them that, but that's what it is on paper. And just restructuring that. I haven't been doing it, right? It's like, well, shit, if I can sell 30 of these people for $15,000, I'll just keep doing that. But then it's like, well, I need to shift that up, right?
Where's that $15,000 go?
to us, to the business. Now, again, we're paying people, we're reinvesting. So we have an agency success manager. So I removed myself from actually training those types of business owners. So paying her, obviously reinvesting into the business, whether that's, we have like 5 tech stacks going, that type of shit. But
yeah. I'd like to talk to you more in depth about where the money goes, what you can do to refund that money. And does that make sense, like money sense to you? If you can, then you give them a goal to hit, which was going to make them successful. So the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they're going to make more money from that individual because you help them set a goal. And and I'd love to talk to you more about that.
Yeah, but definitely.
The recruiting process, if you don't get that part right, the training and firing part doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
You gotta hire the right people. And I just came up with a formula that worked, and it continues to work today. I mean, but yeah, I love to answer. I love to. Yeah, if you need me, call me.
Definitely. First, I'll connect with you for sure.
I'm gonna throw this out. I even then, back then when I first started this, when I was in the insurance business. We ran ads in the Sunday paper and wherever we could run recruiting ads. And the phone number you called was not my office. It was a voicemail. And what I did was I said, thanks for calling. Well, let me see if I still have this. This is since early 90s and late 80s. Thank you for calling Wesley Financial Group. I apologize for this recorded message. This is the most effective method to give you the information that you need over the telephone. Wesley Financial Group is, and it went into what we do, what I'm looking for. What I need you to do is leave me your name, phone number, and your past sales experience or past whatever experience you're looking for, past experience, and someone will contact you this evening between 5 and 9. I would never call them between 5 and 9. I want them staring at their phone, waiting on my phone call. I call them at 7 a.m. the next morning to see what their voice sounds like. If they sound like they've already been up and they worked out and had a cup of coffee, boom. If they just, got a problem. You ain't up.
I like it.
So little tricks like that, so you know who you're hiring.
Right.
Hire the right people. Find people that love themselves and their family. I'll go to the point
I like that though. See what time they're up in the morning. That's good. That'll tell you a lot about some people too. Yep. I like that.
I'm doing a little takeaway on them up front, and I'm posturing. And then I enjoy meeting with, like, if I'm recruiting a man, I want to watch him. I've got a guy that's been with me for decades. When I met him, I liked him. When I saw him interact with his wife, I loved him. When she spoke, he squared his shoulders, looked at her eye to eye, loved his wife. Dude, I'm in. If you love yourself and love your wife, we got a good chance. So, contact me anytime I can help you with recruiting, man. That's probably.
Absolutely.
Love it, dude.
There's a lot of things I'm good at, a lot of things I'm not good at. This is, I'd put this at the top of my skill set. So, I'd love to help you with it, man. Great job at 28, bro.
Thank you.
That was killer, dude. I'm going to, I think it's funny. You have to learn how to like weed people out and not be afraid to say no to people, and I think to Ryan's point, if you're pitching, it's because you mentioned earlier, like learning to listen. And if you're selling the opportunity, it's because you're talking, and the only way to get them to sell you is by asking questions and you listening and kind of diving down in that and not being afraid to say no to people. Like when I'm recruiting, dude, I'm not looking to hire people. I'm looking for a reason to say no and get off the phone.
It's like this industry sucks, guys. I'm telling you, right?
Yeah, 100%, dude. You're looking for people that want to fight it. Hey, Chuck, you remember Joey Yak? I'm about to shout, Joe. You good?
Oh,
yeah, you're good. Later.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, bro.
Hey, good to meet you, bro.
Yeah, we'll wrap with this one because I know you got about 10 minutes, so answer as much as you want. And I would love to get you on more.
I'm going to a massage for 2 hours. If it's 90 minutes, I'm enjoying this.
Nah, dude, we're gonna get you a 2-hour massage, bro. I'm a big fan of 2 hours.
You need an extra 5 minutes. And dude, I love doing this. And
me too, bro.
I don't enjoy doing most podcasts. This one I love because it's a business I've been in, and I enjoy being with you, man. So anytime I can help you, I'm all about it.
Do it as often as you let me. I love it. So Joey, him and I talk most days. Good kid, young hustler, working his ass off. So he messaged me that he has a question. And I was like, nah, dude, you got to get on. And he says, bro, I messed up my face yesterday. So I'm going to make him tell the story. I'm like, who cares? Just get on, tell the story. He does have a question, but he's like, shit, can I hide behind the screen and ask the question? I told him no. So I'm going to bring him on.
Man, nobody's hiding out here, dog. What's happening?
It don't look bad from here. You look like you got punched a little bit, though.
No,
Tell him what you did.
I was shooting a music video yesterday for this 1099 Hustler album, and I had these barrels with gasoline in it, and my little pyro ass blew my goddamn face up.
Hey, that's cool. You was doing shit, man.
He's making shit happen now. You're good.
Dude, that shit blew. Yeah, it was wild. It is what it is. I thought I was dead. I thought I entered hell. No bullshit. But anyways, hey, Chuck.
Actually, nobody can even see it, so no big deal. I mean, from here, you look normal, bro.
Look, man, I'm going to swag it out regardless, baby. I'll be the guy with that shit.
But no, Chuck, dude. I love you, bro.
I love you too, man. You show me a lot of love on all my posts. I see you see me, and I greatly appreciate that for real. The question I have is, which I've been struggling with a little bit, is man, I'm addicted to growth, and it creates chaos, and like I can't just focus on one business at a time. I mean, I can. It's obviously a decision. I know you've built multiple businesses. The question I have is, am I lying to myself to say I can do this, and this? But really, is that just half-assing it? So the question I have, I'm building Insure branding. I'm building home service commercials, Yak branding, Yak, all this type of shit. Should I be focusing on just one, or if, what do you do?
All right. So that's a great question, buddy. And would love to come on here next and talk about this I could go on about this for 2 or 3 hours, but how many things are you involved in right now? How many, I'm going to call them verticals. And so just guess.
I would say 4 to 5 for sure.
Okay. Which one are you what's the one thing you're more passionate that you feel like me doing this podcast makes me feel good? I feel like I'm, when I get through this, I feel like I worked out, man. Shit, I feel great. All right. So which one of those make you feel like that?
I would say my passion mostly is helping other artists do what I do, as in like making commercials. Like I had a dude here last night. I made him $9,000. I made about 18. So I was like,
you made 18,000?
Yeah, we brought in 18. He got about 9 of that. I got about 9 of that. And I was like, I'm putting people on, man. So I'm
gonna ask you a question. All right, so here the circle is you, the Jack. It's you, and you do help people make their videos. Let's say that's what you do. Okay, that's your main gig, because that's, you told me that's the thing you're most passionate about. If anything that you're looking at does not cover up that circle, in other words, if it's you're doing this and then you want to go buy an accounting firm, it does not touch that circle. If it does not touch that circle as a young person, unless you can delegate, and even me today, man, I mean, the way my brain works, your brain works, John's brain works, you got to be involved. So unless it touches your main circle of business, scratch it. So you've heard me say this before, and I have to say it over and over and over and over and over. All right. So I started an insurance company about 3 years ago. Had the wrong guy running it. I lost $1.7 million. I've got a mortgage company. I'm $12.5 million upside down in that right now. So those are, as of today, those are failures. Okay. You don't have to be right one time. So if you got to be right one time, which one of those one things are you going to do? Now, before you answer, let me say this. You, because of your brain, and I know your brain, I don't know you real well, but I know your brain real well. Okay. You're always going to have ideas. Somebody or yourself are going to talk you out of doing most of them, but a lot of them you're going to attempt to do. and you're going to fail. You can't let that bother you as long as you're right one time. If you're right one time, changes your life. You go out and buy you a Bentley, you go out and buy you a yacht, you can go buy houses and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you got to be right one time. So if you got to be right one time, and Joey, how old are you?
I just turned 31.
All right, so you're a child. All right, sorry if that offends you, but I need you to look at yourself as that. I need you to know that when you look in the mirror, I'm a 31-year-old kid. I'm a child. I'm just getting started in this shit. Yeah. When you're 50, you look back and go, dude, 31, I don't have a clue what the fuck I was doing. All right? So
shit, I know I don't.
Understand you're just getting, yeah, but you're damn good, dude, because you're passionate and you got the energy, you got the brain to be a multimillionaire, and you will be a multimillionaire. That's an absolute fact. But everything, if I could buy stock in you, I'd buy stock in you. I'll give you $1 million for 10% of whatever you make the rest of your life. I'll make money off that. So find you that one thing. You need one thing. You need one to change your life. From what you just said that's your one thing, right?
Yeah, it is. But can I ask you a question real quick? It's just one thing I learned is I get capped a little bit, and it's like, I've dabbled in other stuff and shit, even with John, and John has really opened me up as a business owner rather than just a hustler of the monthly recurring revenue and like having teams. And I do have some stuff that I'm not a part of for real. Like I'm building it to where it's like, damn, I just got to make sure they do what they do and I can focus on me. But I have a small team and I got everyone spread thin, and I say yes to a lot of shit because I'm a hustler. And it's like, I haven't even gave the stuff that I'm building enough time to even fail. It's like 3 to 4 months and I'm fucking bored and I'm like, Rrr! And I'll go, whatever I do, I know I'm going to win. I know that. I just don't give it enough time. So it's like,
so
I know you said you get bored.
Let me yeah, that's why I say I know your brain. The first couple of times we talked about those shit, some mini me right here. Number one, find people that respect you as much or more than they respect themselves. They look up to you, okay? Teach them to run other verticals for you. Be able to not only look away, being able to look away means you could go take a 3-week vacation, which I always suggest at least a 2-week vacation. 1-week vacation is a waste of time. Go take you a 2-week vacation and you can look away. In other words, I can take my phone and turn it off and nothing's going to happen bad. Everything's going to keep going. You may learn that they don't even really need you, and that's a really good thing. But be able to look away. To be able to walk away means, like my mortgage company, they don't need me at all. Only thing I do there is help recruit, brand, market. And that's what my brain does all day anyway. So if you can find others that can take your other verticals that your brain comes up with, literally 2 or 3 times a week, I'm in a meeting here and I come up with a new business. And they either go, Chuck, they say, Chuck, stop. I go, no, because I've got Cameron. I can give this to you, Cameron, and this is your baby. You run it. You let me know if you need my help. If you have people like that, then you can allow your brain to do other things. In the meantime, you and your team, you got to find that one thing and you got to focus on it. You got this is it. You already told me what it is, and that is you. That's your passion, dude. Yeah. And you just told me how much money you made. All right. So if you did that once a day, 5 days a week, and all that you got to work on the weekends. Yeah. I'll just say Uncle G. I'm going to get it out. I mean, you got Grant Cardone, you got to work 7 days a week and don't take vacations. I used to send text messages, dude, you're wrong. Now he's taking vacations and traveling the world with other people's money to invest in apartments. I get it. The guy's blown it up. He's crushing it. But I always do this. I used to. I don't now. If I'm you at your age, this is what I did. I'm working for 90 days nonstop, just crushing it to the point that I can't get up and go to work the next morning. I'm exhausted. And then after that 90 days, I'm going to take me 2 or 3 weeks and I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to go find my place that I like to go, that my soul feels better, is the Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands. I'm going the end of this month for about 3 weeks. You know, the French Polynesian Islands, all these other places are great, but to me, the Virgin Islands just makes my soul feel better. give yourself 90 days of just crushing it, and then go breathe a minute. Take notes, learn things, take notes about where you're at, but just find that one thing, man. You don't have to find it. You know what it is. And you got it. You got that one thing. Now, again, you got all these other little things that are going on. If you have people in your circle that you love and trust, and you can let them run it, empower them. Dude, this is your baby, and I'm gonna give you X. If once you hit this number, I'm gonna give you X more. Then you got somebody that can run it, but you got to have the right people. The problem is if you look away or walk away and it comes back, it's all fucked up. It's not on them. That's on you. You did that.
Right.
So yeah, the most important thing, I'll do that a lot. The most important thing I'm going to say is they're all important, but in life, we get one life. We all got that. We all understand that. So then doing that to change your life where you, and I know dude, I watch you, you want to make money for yourself. And so you have nice things, but you're also going to help other people with this money. As long as we help other people, you're going to continue to be blessed and your life's going to continue to explode. But you have that one thing. You got the passion. You have everything. You got everything to do this. You got to be right one time, bro. Just keep.
I'll be honest, Chuck, like, making we did about 700,000 in sales last year, and that's like the verticals of all three of the things I was touching, and it was like half-ass and everything because I was like touching around. But what I've realized, I felt enough money, I feel like, and you guys are way more successful than me, and I'm curious if you guys feel this way, but like my fulfillment comes more when I'm paying people. When I just paid this dude $9,000, like, it felt better to pay him $9,000 than to make $9,000.
That's why I love you. That's why you're
real shit, man.
I know. I had a lady come to my office the other day. She said, "Chuck, I bought my first house because of you. If I had not found Wesley, I wouldn't own a house. I own a house. I couldn't get online a while ago. My computer said I needed to download some shit I didn't know how to do. I slacked my IT guy who won our Mick Gallion Award, which Mick Gallion was my right-hand man and died of cancer. We have a Mick Gallion Award every year that we give away at our Christmas party. And we give him a brand new BMW or Mercedes to drive for a year. I remember when I was talking about who's going to win the award, I'm watching them, and his wife was like, "Oh my God, my husband just won this." And to be able to empower people like that is what you enjoy doing also. But just keep doing that. But you and your brain, you got to have that one thing that if I do this and only do this, I'm going to be a millionaire. If that's your goal, start with, I'm going to have $1 million in cash and a little brown bag. Can't nobody fuck with me. I got $1 million in cash. And then it needs to go to 10 million. And in doing that, man, make sure you do this. Get you a whiteboard and write down some insane goals and put it above your toilet or somewhere in your house, your closet, and just write it down. As silly as this sounds. A year from now, you'll come back and you'll tell me, "Dude, I hit every one of those, and I thought those were insane numbers." All right, so I'm going to throw it out there. You can answer or not. And I know we're running time, but John, I'm watching it. I'm good, bro. So what would be your goal this year? It would be an insane amount of money to make.
Shit, if I hit $5 million in sales, I'll look around and be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, what's the odds?
I haven't even hit $1 million. I haven't even hit $1 million. So even $1 million. Even $1 million. If I got $1 million in sales, I did 250, 500, 700 is like the last 3 years I've been progressing. So like in my mind this year, I'm looking around like I'm gonna make my first $1 million this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1.5. I'll tell you. Seriously, put down 1.5. Okay. What kind of car are you driving?
Paid off Yukon, paid off little Betty the Buick, baby.
Fuck paid off. We're gonna lease something. What kind of car you want?
It's the wife.
Lease it in your company name. Yeah, what's your wife want? Doesn't matter.
Wifey wants a black on black, the newest Denali or the newest Cadillac Escalade. I want a Mercedes boy that I can go the country around and work in the back seat.
Always remember this: you ain't lacking if you're Cadillacing.
Caddy-yakking, baby. Let's go.
You're caddy-yakking. I like that. You ain't lacking if you're caddy-yakking.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
know it.
You need it. You want an Escalade. That's for your wife or you?
That's wifey.
What do you want?
I want a Sprinter van where I can work in the back of that shit and someone drive my ass around. I don't need nothing that's people want Bentleys and all that. I seen your new ride. God damn, I like that. But I want that Sprinter. Like that's me with 1099 hustlers wrapped on that motherfucker. Like, bow.
That's already happening, dude. Write that down. You will have that.
Yeah.
Write those things down on a board and look at it every day. One, brother. You just got to be right one time. You're a young man, and you got that one thing, right? Yeah. You just got to explode that one thing, correct?
Correct.
So everything else, my buddy Kid Rock, Bob, every time I see him, he'll say, Chuck, how about you and I? And he'll be looking at me going, you're not saying the word. So I'm going to tell this quick story. He had this idea of working with inner city kids in Detroit. He's at this big event at the White House. George W. Bush is there. Bill Clinton's there. He walks up to George Bush and he says, I got this idea. I want to work inner city kids in Detroit. And he just started. He barely got started. He goes, no. And he goes, excuse me? George Bush said, no. He goes, what do you mean? No, you've not heard it all yet. He goes, no, I don't have time, dude. And he goes, I feel like you offended me. You didn't even listen. He goes, no. He goes, now you go over and talk to my buddy Bill Clinton. He's going to talk to you for 30, 45 minutes. And then he's going to tell you, he's going to act like he's interested. He's going to have you talk to one of his people. He's going to have you talk to one of his people because he goes, Bill Clinton's too nice of a man. He don't want to tell you no. He's going to have you talk to all his people. And then 3 months from now, it's going to be no. I'm going to tell you no right now. So Bob will look at me, Kid Rock Bob. Bob will look at me and go, so Chuck, here we go. So how about you and I go, we're going to start building this no. You need to say no now. So practice no. You got to be right one time. You found that one time. Unless you have somebody in your circle that can run this other crazy ass idea you have, and you don't take any time or energy, which right now I don't think you have that. You're going to take time and energy to do it. So once you get $10 million and you got your one thing, like me right now, I don't need to make any more money. I'm done. I can stop. Almost point, I don't want to make more money because that is just more freaking problems. So, but if I have an idea, I got teams of people. I can go, here, take this and go run it. And I'm going to put $1 million in it. And if you lose that, I'm done. I'm just throwing dice. But I don't want to take any of my brain power to do it. I got my one thing. So find your one. You have it. And dude, let me say this. To find your one at 31 is sick, dude. I mean, it's fucking insane. A lot of people are 60 years old and still looking for their one thing. They're 70, 80. They're laying in bed, about to die, and they didn't come up with their one thing their whole life. You got your one thing. You're damn great at it. So all you got to do is crush that son of a bitch, dude. Like it's a war. Every morning you get up, it's a war. Either it's going to win or you're going to win.
I'm going to win.
You got it, baby. Just do it. Write that shit down, man.
I'm writing it. I'm typing it right now.
See it every day. Put it in your car. Put a sticker on your dash. Your goals. If you look at them every day, that Sprinter you own. When's the last time you went and looked at a brand new Sprinter?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I've been on Facebook Marketplace looking wifey at a touch.
I understand. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get whatever she wants to. Okay. But what you gotta do is she needs to go today or tomorrow and go sit in that brand new Escalade she wants.
Bet.
Smell it, drive it. Ask if you can drive it overnight. They're probably gonna say no, but depends on your status.
Shit, I can go on Turo and rent it.
But it ain't brand new.
I feel that.
You want lease your brand new in your company name, just like the company's paying office rent. I tell my wife those cars are free.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Of course they're not, but hey, you're going in the right direction, dude. Just don't get sidetracked. I almost want to say that's the evil side of our universe, trying to get you to look at this shiny new toy over here. You can look at that shiny new toy once you hit your goals.
Yeah.
Whatever those numbers are, you need $5 million, $10 million, or $1 million, whatever that number is. Once you get that, that will allow you. Don't negotiate with yourself. There is no negotiation. Once you decide this is what I'm going to do, that's what you do. Because everybody negotiates with themselves. They wake up, you know what? I got this going on, bud. If I go do this, now you're negotiating with your own self. Never do that. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be the very best, and I'm going to make $5 million a year every year off of this. And then once I do that 2 years in a row, but write this down. This is a contract between you and you. You do not ever negotiate with yourself. But if you didn't write it down, then you're going to negotiate with yourself all day long. Write down what you're going to do, how much you're going to make, what kind of car you're going to have, what kind of clothes you're going to wear, every detail of your life, what it's going to look like a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Once you do that, then you can go do something else, man. But to do that, you got to have a circle of people around you that you trust their brain, you trust that they love themselves, their family, and they love you.
Love it, man. I appreciate it. Hey, if you hop on again next month, I'm hollering at you. I'm making sure I'm on the call.
Hey, we're definitely setting it up, bro.
You got my digits. All you got to do is call me anytime.
Hey, I appreciate it. Definitely. And thank you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate what you're doing, man. Hey,
Much love.
make sure that you do this. All right. Start doing this immediately. Everybody that's listening to this. Start doing this immediately. Every day, whatever this number is, I don't know. Mine's $100. Is every day I find somebody that I'm giving a $100 bill to. Every day you need to find somebody you're giving a $20 bill to. About 10 years ago, I was driving through a fast food thing, grabbing something. I forgot what it was, but it was almost Christmas. And the lady was just rude. And I thought, this bitch shouldn't be in this line of business. She needs to be doing it. I'm all shitty about it. Then it hit me. Man, it's like a week, 10 days before Christmas. She's working at I'll call it Arby's. I don't have any idea where it's. She's working at Arby's at the drive-through window. She's probably got 2 kids at home. Probably can't pay her light bill. So when I pulled up the window, I said, ma'am, you sound a little bit down. And I always say it this way. I'm having a fantastic day. My day could not get any better. No matter what my day is, when I say that, my day just got better. I'm having a fantastic day. I want to give you $500 so we make sure you got plenty of money for Christmas. That lady will never forget that. I'll never forget it. I'll do it every day. If you do it every day, it's going to make those goals come a whole lot faster. Okay? Find somebody every day. I would say to you right now, find somebody every day you just give $20 to. You drive past a Goodwill store. If you're shopping for clothes at Goodwill, don't go to the Burberry store or the Louis Vuitton store or Gucci store. Give somebody $20. They probably don't know why. But if you buy a Goodwill store, somebody's in there looking for a $1.50 shirt saying where to work, walk in there and hand them $20 bills. Hey, man, I'm having a great day. My life is great. I wanted to find somebody blessed today. There's $20, man. Buy you what you want. Give them 100. I do this when I'm tipping people. Whatever the tab is, that's my tip. Unless it's shitty service. And when you go to a place like this, any time that you can tip in advance, tip in advance. Quick one. Me and my wife are in the Virgin Islands. We go snorkeling. We normally go on a private boat. Couldn't get a private boat that day. Had to go with other people. Well, that's cool. I like meeting people. My wife would rather be private. So I go in and I said, who's in charge of making sure we have a good time? And this little girl, her name was Pineapple. Seriously, she changed her name to Pineapple. And I said, Pineapple, here's a $100 bill. I need you to make sure that my wife has a great time. We were catered to. It was like nobody else was on the boat. So anywhere you can go and you tip people up front, tip them up front, you're going to get better service. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to help you get to that goal faster.
Starting today.
All right, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting me hop on. Much love.
Anytime you need me.
Don't tell me that because I'll be hollering.
Bring it. Bring it, bitch.
Hit me up later, bro. My man. I appreciate it, dude.
Goes by fast, man.
Yeah, it does go by fast. It's fun. That's why. It's just hanging out, having a good time, helping people, dude. That's what I love about you. That's my favorite thing to do is just get on. I do the same thing, dude. I'll be on calls. They're like, I know you're so busy. I'll give you 30. We got 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'll hang out as long as you want. You know, I love it, dude. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time, and it's been fun getting to know you more and more. And I definitely
Anytime
have
you
some.
got an open slot, anytime you got a slot, you don't have anybody on there, you need me, all at me, bro. I love this.
Dude,
shit.
I'm scheduling you first, bro. They'll schedule. I'm gonna shoot you a text. We'll schedule one next month as well around your schedule. And I definitely got some.
Next week, let me know.
Yeah, I got some
I'm
business
sure you got
questions I
some
want
more
to ask you.
questions too, man. Yeah, and I don't know if we can do this, but what would be fun to me is do this for once a month for 2 or 3 hours, so we can have more people asking questions. I mean, I know you got somebody else that's got a question about life that we can work with and help.
Sure.
So yeah, you want to book
We got to
3
get them to
hours?
stop being shy and ask.
Yeah, well,
Hey, why don't y'all do this? Whoever's watching, start sending me a message. Like y'all think of shit all day long, all week long, all month long. Just send me messages, dude. We'll start compiling a list, and the good ones, we'll just jump on. I mean, I'll get people on that way. You can meet Chuck, ask questions. He can go back and forth. It's hard to answer a question without having more data. So I like that you always dig in a little bit more. Makes it
yeah. And I'll end this thought that you just had with this. My oldest son said this to me 10 years ago, and he was asking me questions about something instead of just going and making a mistake. And I said, dude, I appreciate the fact that you're mature enough to ask me the question instead of just going and messing up. He goes, why would I not use your life experience to make my life easier? So if you're listening to this, why not use my life experience to make your life easier?
Yeah, I love it, dude. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Go enjoy your massage and enjoy your anniversary night. And we'll I'll shoot you a text a little later, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Everybody go help other people, man. Karma's a bitch.
Sure.
In a good way. In a good way.
Love it, dude. Y'all have a great day.
Everybody take care. Have a beautiful day, man.
My man.